We'll start with some movement on our feet. Hi. Good to see you. So we'll come to a standing position with the feet maybe a little wider than hip width apart, just for a little more stability. Good. And then we'll start with a little bit of bouncing, bending at the knees, letting the arms bounce, letting the body bounce. Kind of letting yourself be as free as possible here, as big as you can. Yeah, that's it. Maybe let the arms come up overhead a little bit, waving the hands. Then let it slow down. Moving towards stillness and closing the eyes and feeling like carbonated drink that's been shaken up and then set down, or snow globe, or however it feels in your body. Maybe feeling in particular the energy in the hands. And then maybe the feet even a little wider apart, softening in the knees, arms out to the side, and we'll swing from side to side, tapping at the heart center with one hand and letting the other arm just swing around back behind you. But the eyes follow the back hand. So your head is getting a nice deep twist as well. And then slowing it down, just letting the arms kind of wrap around the body. It's a little bit of a more gentle twist. And then the front arm can come up to the shoulder, the back arm taps the kidney. And then coming to stillness. Feeling. And then bring the arms up overhead. The palms will face forward. And then pressing down into the feet. Inhale, lift up through the heart. And exhale and lean back. Maybe looking at your fingertips or closing the eyes. And then bring the tailbone forward. let the weight of the backs of the hands fall behind you. And then feel the breath and try to purposefully lift the breath up to the heart. Come back upright and release down over your legs. Take hold of opposite elbows and then frame your head inside the arms and let the weight of the elbows hang down. And then we'll swing like a pendulum, letting the upper body just kind of move from side to side. And back to center, releasing the arms, pressing into the feet, and rolling up slowly, chin to chest, letting the arms reach up with an inhale. Exhale the hands together at the heart. And then keeping the elbows bent, inhale and open the arms wide, pulling the elbows back. Exhale, bring the arms and hands together. Inhale, elbows up, keeping them touching. Elbows together. Exhale, hands back to the heart. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, elbows, forearms, hands together. Hold them together. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands back to the heart. Inhale out. Exhale, like closing the book. Bring the book closed and just lifting it up. Hands back to the heart, elbows out. Do 2 more rounds at your own pace. Elbows like cactus arms here. And then just releasing the hands down. Close the eyes for a minute. Turn the palms to face forward. Notice how the breath responds to what we've done so far. And then feel the soles of your feet on the ground. Continue to feel the feet as you walk yourself over to your seat. Notice how in the transitions, it's so easy to lose connection to your body. So we want to practice the movement in such a way that we don't favor certain things over other things in our mindfulness, right? So coming into stillness now and just feeling that might be easier to gather the attention, but also to practice staying focused as we move through the world. And we'll just end with a little bit of breathing. So you might want to already come into your position for meditation. And you might want to close your eyes. You don't have to, but I invite you to. And we're going to breathe in 4 parts. So I like to think about it like an elevator. It starts off at the ground floor and people get in. And then the elevator goes up to the first floor and more people get in. And it goes up to the second floor and more people get in. And then it goes up to the third floor and more people get in. And then it goes down and people get out, and etc. So at the ground floor, breathe in and then let the breath lift a little bit higher, taking more air in, and then feel it continuing to fill a little bit higher up into your lungs, and then all the way filling the lungs completely, and then releasing in 4 parts too. Going down, really letting all the passengers off at the bottom so that you get to empty before you start again. One last round. And then let your breath become effortless. Feel the weight of your buttocks sitting and sinking into the support below you. Feeling the heaviness of your bones. Moving down into the sit bones. And down into the earth. Feel all the bones in the body. Perhaps easiest to feel places that rest, the hands, the feet, the buttocks. Perhaps also the bones in the legs, the arms, the spine, the ribs. those dense bones of the skull. The earth element existing throughout the body, perhaps most noticeable here in the pelvis. Seeing the fluidity in the body. Maybe easiest in the mouth and saliva. Somewhere warm, sweating. Also, maybe just getting the sense of the blood moving through the body. The majority of the body is made up of liquid, something like 70%. All the fluidity, water element. Feeling the temperature in the body. It's most easily noticeable at the skin. Maybe also a sense of warmth somewhere inside, perhaps the belly, or if there's a place that's painful, the heat. Maybe someplace feels cold. It's cool and comfortable. Fire. Feel the wind element most easily in the breath. Also, all places where there's pressure. Knowing that these winds that whirl about outside also move inside of us. And some schools of thought add a fifth element, space. See if you can connect to the space inside. Even the things that feel solid are made up mostly of space. You might imagine the space inside your hands. Imagine your tongue filled with space. Imagine the space in your shoulders and the space in between your shoulders. And you get a sense of the space between your belly and your back. How about all the space that fills your thighs? Your toes. Space. And I invite you for the rest of this meditation, as your mind becomes aware of whatever it becomes aware of, only if it's effortless, but if you want, you might notice what arises in relation to these elements, hard or soft, hot or cold, fluid or stagnant. Moving still, dense space. Just a possible way of recognizing experience impersonally, not my bones, just earth, not my breath, just wind. Thoughts, person, not me, not mine, myself. Find that you're putting in too much effort. Just let it go. Just be with things as they are, not the words, not the concepts, just the experience. What's happening now? Is everybody okay to go right into the sutra and then we'll take a break after we read it? You don't
She
hear me?
couldn't hear you at all during the meditation and now just hearing you very softly.
Oh no.
Yeah, I missed the whole thing. I could hear, it sounded like somebody whispering far away. That's all I could hear.
That's so unfortunate. We need to figure out a way for people to let me know when that's happening, when it's
Put
happening.
it in the chat, but of course you were not, your eyes weren't open, so you weren't able to see it. So
I'm so sorry.
well, honey, that it just happened. But I'm just saying now, if you could speak a little bit louder, that would be good.
I mean, I was speaking at a normal level, but I'm on this new borrowed computer, and I don't, I tested the sound system before we began, but I didn't test it with you guys to see if you hear me.
Even during the qigong, unless you were facing the computer, your voice would go way away. And then when you were away from the camera, when you were looking up or something, I couldn't hear any of that.
Oh gosh. Okay, good to know. Good to know. So what I was asking was if we need a break or if we can read the verses together. Is it okay if we go right into the verses? And then we'll take a break? Nobody's responding, so I'm gonna, Hugh is with us. How nice. Oh.
Lauren and I were
Either way.
we were going to send out a posse looking for you.
I could do with more silence or keep on going right on. Keep on going on.
So what I propose is that we read for as long as we want, and for however long you feel comfortable. We'll just each person will just read, and then the order in which we read will be the first letter of your last name alphabetically. I don't know if people have their last names posted. That may not be. Does everybody have their last name? My during the screen share, my computer isn't showing people's names. So, okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna set the order right now. I'm gonna set it according to the order that you're showing up on my screen, which is Bruce, Linda, Lauren, Hugh. Mike is with us. Oh my goodness. How wonderful. Okay, so Bruce, Linda, Lauren, Hugh, Elaine, Mike. Okay, so you don't have to memorize that whole thing, just memorize who you go after. I'm going to say it one more time.
Are you in there somewhere?
I'll go after Mike. Thank you. Bruce, Linda, Lauren, Hugh, Elaine, and Mike. So you'll read as long as you feel like you want to, and then you'll mute yourself, and then the next person knows that they'll go.
The great way is not difficult for those who have no preferences. When not attached to love or hate, all is clear and undisguised. Separate by the smallest amount, however, and you are as far from it as heaven is from earth. If you wish to know the truth, then hold to no opinions for or against anything. To set up what you like against what you disliked is the dis-ease of the mind. When the fundamental nature of things is not recognized, the mind's essential peace is disturbed to no avail. The way is perfect as vast space is perfect, where nothing is lacking and nothing is in excess.
Indeed, it is due to our grasping and rejecting that we do not know the true nature of things. We live neither in the entanglements of outer things nor in the ideas or feelings of emptiness. Be serene and at one with things, and erroneous views will disappear by themselves. When you try to stop activity to achieve quietude, your very effort fills you with activity. As long as you remain attached to one extreme or another, you will never know oneness. Those who do not live in the single way cannot be free in either activity or quietude, in assertion or denial. Deny the reality of things and you miss their reality. Assert the emptiness of things and you miss their reality. The more you talk and think about it, the further you wander from the truth. So cease attachment to talking and thinking, and there's nothing you'll not be able to know.
To return to the roots is to find the essence, but to pursue appearances of enlightenment is to miss the source. To awaken, even for a moment, is to go beyond appearance and emptiness. Changes that seem to occur in the empty world we make real only because of our ignorance. Do not seek for the truth, only cease to cherish opinions. Do not remain in a dualistic state. Avoid such easy habits carefully. If you attach even to a trace of this and that, of right and wrong, the mind essence will be lost in confusion. Although all dualities arise from the one, do not be attached even to ideas of this one.
When the mind exists undisturbed in the way, there is no objection to anything in the world. And when there is no objection to anything, things cease to be in the old way. When no discriminating attachment arises, the old mind ceases to exist. Let go of things as separate existences, and mind too vanishes. Likewise, when the thinking subject vanishes, so too do the objects created by mind. The arising of other gives rise to self. Giving rise to self generates others. Know these seeming two as facets of the one fundamental reality. In this emptiness, these two are really one, and each contains all phenomena. If not comparing, not attached to refined and vulgar, you will not fall into judgment and opinion.
The great way is embracing and spacious. To live in it is neither easy nor difficult. Those who rely on limited views are fearful and irresolute. Faster they hurry, the slower they go. To have a narrow mind and to be attached to getting enlightenment is to lose one's center and go astray. When one is free from attachment, all things are as they are, and there is neither coming nor going. When in harmony with the nature of things, your own fundamental nature, and you will walk freely and undisturbed. However, when mind is in bondage, the truth is hidden, and everything is murky and unclear. And the burdensome practice of judging brings annoyance and weariness. What benefit can be derived from attachment to distinctions and separations?
If you wish to move in the one way, do not dislike the worlds of senses and ideas. Indeed, to embrace them fully is identical with true enlightenment. A wise person attaches to no goals, but the foolish person fetters himself or herself. There is one Dharma without differentiation. Distinctions arise from the clinging needs of the ignorant. To seek mind with a discriminating mind is the greatest of mistakes. Rest and unrest derive from illusion. With enlightenment, attachment to liking and disliking ceases. All dualities come from ignorant inference. They are like dreams, phantoms, hallucinations. It is foolish to try to grasp them. Gain and loss, right and wrong, finally abandon all such thoughts at once.
If the eye never sleeps, all dreams will naturally cease. If the mind makes no discriminations, the 10,000 things are as they are, of single essence. To realize the mystery of this one essence is to be released from all entanglements. When all things are seen without differentiation, the one self-essence is everywhere revealed. No comparisons or analogies are possible in this causeless, relationless state of just this one.
When movement stops, there is no movement. And when no movement, there is no stopping. When such dualities cease to exist, oneness itself cannot exist. To this ultimate state, no law or description applies. For the realized mind at one with the way, all self-centered striving ceases. Doubts and irresolutions vanish, and the truth is confirmed in you. With a single stroke, you are freed from bondage. Nothing clings to you, and you hold to nothing. All is empty, clear, self-illuminating, with no need to exert the mind. Here, thinking, feeling, understanding, and imagination are of no value. In this world as it really is, there is neither self nor other than self.
Linda, you're muted.
To know this reality directly is possible only through practicing non-duality. When you live this non-separation, all things manifest the one, and nothing is excluded. Whoever comes to enlightenment, no matter when or where, realizes personally this fundamental source. This Dharma truth has nothing to do with big or small, with time and space. Here, a single thought is as 10,000 years. Not here, not there, but everywhere, always right before your eyes. Infinitely large and infinitely small. No difference, for definitions are irrelevant, and no boundaries can be discerned. So likewise with existence and non-existence, don't waste your time in arguments and discussion, attempting to grasp the ungraspable.
Each thing reveals the one. The one manifests as all things. To live in this realization is not to worry about perfection or non-perfection. To put your trust in the heart-mind is to live without separation. And in this non-duality, you are at one with your life sources.
Words, words. Hey, oy vey. The way is beyond language. For in it, there is no yesterday, no tomorrow, no today.
Thank you, Sangha. We will take a break and get whatever you need. And let's come back in 5 minutes. It's 7:37. So 7:38. So see you at 7:43. Thank you. But for now, I think we can just come back to the silence and back to the letting go of all the words, letting go of all the objects, letting go of anything, really. And just for this moment, maybe letting the eyes close, and if you're able to hear the rain or the thunder, what would it be like to experience that as not something separate from you? Am I defined by the boundaries of my skin, by the thoughts, by the perceptions? Or can experience be oneness? I am the earth. I am the rain. I am the fire. I am the wind. I am the space. Nothing is separate from me.